Hey everyone, welcome back to the Simple Life of Natalie Jo. Welcome if you are new, and hey to all my returning subscribers, the few that I have right now. Just finding my list, sorry. Today, since, which I just found out, which I thought was interesting, April is actually Earth Month. And then I think Earth Day is like April 23rd or something like that. So the whole month of April is Earth Month. And I feel like I feel like the earth can use anything, any help that you can give it. I mean, you can't do all the things that the earth needs. This is from another YouTuber. She says something like, you can't do all the things that the earth needs, but the earth needs all the things that you can do for it. So with that being said, I feel like minimalism can really help the earth, and some of these ideas don't really pertain to like minimalism, but they kind of, sometimes I feel like they kind of can tie in, but at the same time they may not. Or just simple habits that you can maybe change or tweak, that you can for Earth Month, Earth Day, maybe start thinking about things that if you're already simplified, already doing, have things under control, you're decluttered, that you can think about some of these things. The first thing is pick up trash in your local neighborhood or park. I mean, you don't have to go all out and buy like giant trash bags and stuff like this if you don't have it. You can use like a shopping bag. Let me see if I have one real close. Like one of these, like you get your groceries in. Just use one of these. Go pick up trash, take one of these with you if you take a walk, and then it helps the earth. The next one is walk or bike more. And I'm kind of annoyed at this one because not really that we got sent home from work. Well, work sent us home and then they sold the building or stopped the lease on the building. But I could walk, literally, I timed it out. Not really timed it, but I figured out the distance between my house and work. I literally live 2 miles from the old building. I mean, now it's in a different city, like 30 minutes away, but whatever. But I could literally walk to work if I had to. But yeah. So walk more, bike more, just get outside more. It's okay. Support your locals' farmers markets. This can help the environment because they're not being shipped in a big giant truck to your grocery store. And it's using less fuel and not having so many emissions in the air. Start a garden. Now this might have a little bit of startup cost, but this can save you a lot of money if you if you can get into it. My boyfriend does a garden in our yard. We actually have space for it. He does plants. He does some peppers, tomatoes, some other things, like whatever him and his daughter feel like. Start a compost pile. Now they kind of do, my boyfriend and his mom kind of do, I don't know if it's a very unconventional or non-traditional compost pile. They just throw it in the garden, like the scraps in the garden. They don't really do anything else. They just throw it in there, which I have heard that is a thing. It's just not, you just think of like a compost pile, you stir it every day, you do X, Y, and Z to it every day, add stuff to it. You don't really have to. Here's one, eat less meat. You have less things in your house. It's better for the environment. You should, I'm not really sure exactly all the stuff, but there's some things about, especially like farms and like, especially ones that have like animals like pigs, cows, other things, chickens, that really hurt the environment. But you could do a meatless day every once in a while, every month, every other week, whatever you decide, but that's something. Reduce and reuse. Buying less stuff. I mean, you would be surprised what little you can get by with. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where you just be surprised that you don't need it as much as you think you do. Or just reduce the amount of stuff that you need. Did you know that the toothpaste in the commercials, they show the big swoop thingy on your on a toothbrush? You actually don't need that much. It's actually like a pea size. So that will make the product last longer because you're not using as much. And then you don't have to buy it as often. So that's good. Use less shampoo. You don't need as much shampoo as you think you need. Less toilet paper, unless you're using a square every time you go. But yeah, just use less. Reduce the physical number of items. Like, you don't really need. I mean, depending on how you feel after the toilet paper shortage or the run on toilet paper and stuff like that. I mean, have a couple packs of toilet paper if you need it, but you don't need like a ton. You don't need like 20 packs. 2 or 3 maybe. 5 at the most. I mean, depending on how often you want to buy it, but I mean, it doesn't go bad. But yeah, so, reduce or reuse. This is a container that had some cookies in it. Now, this is a kind of nice, sturdy container. It's kind of a thick plastic. I really haven't had I've had other ones. I have other ones that I use for, but this one I haven't found a use for. But it's a good storage container. You can reuse it instead of just throwing it away. You can use it for. I mean, you probably could put like small little toys in it for your kids, like Matchbox cars. I mean, you could put pens or some other office supplies in it. I don't know, just some ideas. Some like small little toys, maybe some pet toys, cat toys, dog toys. You could probably put in here, depending on the size of it. You could probably put travel size, like shampoo or conditioner, stuff like that in here. Body wash, I don't know. You could probably put maybe some craft supplies in it if you want, or stuff like that. Just some ideas. Find an upcycle project. Upcycle meaning using something and turning it into something else. Let me see if I can find something so I can show you what I mean. Okay, this might work out well. Like this little paper cup. Yeah, it's a kind of a single-use cup. You can probably use it a couple times before it wears out on you. But what you could do is make for a sporting event. I've seen them more at like high school football games, stuff like that. But you could put something that will make some noise in here. Maybe some coins or something else that you're not using. But like that, some other different things. But here's some coins. They're not US coins. But yeah, you can put them in there, and then you can wrap them in the team's colors, like tissue paper, or you could probably use wrapping paper or something else. But like I've seen a lot of them in like tissue paper, and then you would turn it like this, and then, or you could do it either way. But then it kind of makes a noisemaker. And you could probably do it for like Christmas and other things. Or New Year's, you could do something like that. I mean, you could probably do a lot of things with these cups. You could probably start plants in these. I'm not sure how well they biodegrade or whatever, but you could do something like that. I mean, you could probably do a bunch of different crafts with these, stuff like that. Now, another idea, I found this magazine, which, I mean, I'm probably going to take some ideas with it. It's Good Housekeeping, Declutter Your Home magazine. But I've heard of other places that once you're done with magazines like this, or any of them in general, you can, I mean, I would talk to the retirement community or something like that before you take them over there. I'm not sure what restrictions they have since the pandemic started, but the residents of like retirement communities and stuff like that, or assisted living homes, may really like old magazines. They probably wouldn't care if it's like from like last year or whatever, but they would probably like it. And I'm part of a minimalist living Facebook group, and someone asked that very question, what do I do with old magazines? You know, because you could, I mean, most people just think, oh, just throw them away or recycle them. Ooh. There we go. But I had made a suggestion of putting them or giving them to the retirement community, but calling and asking first, because like I said, I'm not sure if they have any sort of restrictions right now. They may not anymore, but it doesn't hurt to ask before you take them all over there. And someone actually commented on my reply and they said that she actually works in a retirement community and the residents love them, so love old magazines and stuff like that. So that's always I feel like a great option. Once you're done with it, and no one else what I also do is see if like my mom or my sisters or someone else wants to read it or look at it before it goes away. But yeah, if everyone else is done with it, take them over there. They would love them. It's something easy and free, and I feel like the residents from that comment, the one lady left on my comment, the residents would really love them. And it's something different and something else that keep them, you know, something else that I feel like don't really get that often. But yeah, so that's something, you know, keep in mind. Oh, and with these magazines too, you could probably, this probably isn't a great picture, because it's about decluttering and stuff. You could use these for craft projects. Okay, here's kind of a page. You could cut like these things out and like use them for like scrapbooking or something like that, or different craft projects, stuff like that. But you could do that too if you wanted. So there's some ideas with old magazines that you could do, and upcycle projects. The next one is buy secondhand. So with secondhand stuff like thrift stores, stuff like that, garage sales, the store, you're not buying them from the store. And the point I'm trying to make is when you buy something from like a store, let's say you buy a jacket like this from a store, what they're gonna do is a lot of it's automated now, is like in the system. But let's say that whatever size you buy, of like a little jacket or zip up hoodie like this, the store is gonna say, oh, this size of this sold, and their computer system is already gonna reorder another one, and it's going to show up in the next shipment whenever they get it. So they're going to automatically make a new one, and then the manufacturer will be like, oh, we need to make more of this size they're selling, and they're going to make more. So if you buy them from a garage sale or a thrift store, they don't really keep track of their inventory like that. So they're not going to automatically, so no manufacturer is going to make another one, another size of this size, whatever you bought, shirt you bought. It's just gonna, okay, the thrift store is gonna be like, okay, they sold a shirt, and they're gonna wait for someone else to donate a shirt. It's basically what's gonna happen. And then if you buy from a garage sale, you're just buying from the person, and they're not really keeping track as well from the like the store does. I mean, they may think, okay, next time I have a garage sale, clothes really sold, I'll put out more clothes that I don't want. That's basically what they're going to do. Or they're going to go in and find more clothes that they don't want from their house. So, or you could have a garage sale. Sell some stuff you don't have, or have that you don't want. I kind of talked about this earlier. Buy less in general. Just like I said, you probably don't need as much as you think you need. I don't, like I said, these plastic paper cups. They came in a pack of, I don't know, 10, 8. But they were for a party, so I thought they were fun. But let me see what that is. But yeah, so you just kind of want to take inventory and say, maybe track how much it takes you to go through an item. I've done this with trash bags before. I'll just kind of use this as an example. What I'll do is take like a Sharpie or a pen that I can see on the box, and I'll be like, opened, and put a date. Opened March 15th, 2023. And then see how long it takes you to go through that box. And then you'll probably realize, oh, I don't need as much as I think I need. So, I mean, you could do this with almost anything, but I figured just write it on the box, opened this date, and then see how long it takes you to go through things. And this goes kind of with what I was just talking about. Use what you have before you buy more. So, if you have a box of trash bags that's half full, don't go buy another one until you have maybe, okay, fine, trash bags may be a little hard to judge because they usually roll them up. But let's use these cups. Sometimes you use paper cups or plastic cups. Wait until you have like 2 or 3 left before you go buy more, or wait until you're completely out. Now, did you know that paper cups, or not paper, probably not paper, but the plastic like Solo cups like that, like plastic silverware, I've heard, maybe not the cups, but you can hand wash those. But I have heard that you can put the plastic throwaway silverware in your dishwasher. I mean, you could just hand wash them if you want. But you can technically probably reuse those for a couple times if you really wanted to. I mean, I work from home, so it's one of those things where I try to keep some plastic cups. I don't really use the plastic cups that often, but I have some just in case we need some. But I do have paper plates down here in my home office. It's technically in my basement, but it's one of those. I have paper plates down here. I have napkins. I have plastic forks and silverware. So I don't. It's one of those. I'm trying not to leave dirty dishes down here, so it's one of those things I can just throw away if I really had to. But yeah, so the last one is switch to reusable paper towels, or just use like washcloth or like old towels. You can use you can probably find some like dishcloths that you can use for napkins. You can buy cloth napkins and then just wash them. So yeah, you can do stuff like that, and then you're just not throwing away all the paper stuff every time you like spill something or need to clean something up. But yeah, those are some ideas. I have some other ones. Take shorter showers. Even if you reduce your shower by like 2 or 3 minutes, like 2 minutes, it probably really helps the amount of water that you're using. Wash your clothes in cold water. I do this because it's one of the, and this one you may not even notice a whole big difference. So, but if you wash your stuff in cold water, and we actually got a new washer, but that's a whole different story, for a different time. But with the cold water, this new washer has a tap cold. But so the concept with that is you're not using the electricity to heat up the water to wash your clothes. So you're using less electricity, which is better for the environment. But yes, just use cold, and like I said, you may not even notice the difference in this one when you wash your clothes. And I think I've heard that if you what was it, if you use cold water, I remember what it was. If you use cold water, your clothes will shrink less. I don't know if that's true or not, but I've heard that a couple times. So do with that information as you will. And you can, yeah, like I said, if you even do 1 or 2 of these things every once in a while, it's better than nothing. In terms of helping the environment. Oh, here's another one. Use scrap paper as often as you can. If you see here, this is old calendar days from last year. Yeah, there's writing on the top, or the one side, but there's actually a grid on this side. I feel like they know people reuse these. But yeah, I keep these at my desk for work, and if I have to write myself a little note for later, or to remind myself, or if I just have to like do some quick math, I can write it down real quick. But yeah, repurpose old stuff. So I'm just not throwing these away. I'm using them again for like scrap paper. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed today's video. Down below in the comments if you want to give some other tips and tricks to help the environment and help save money and help reduce the amount of things in your house. Go ahead and leave them in the comments below. And I hope you have a great week, guys, and enjoy the springtime.